The other thing that Hashem expects us to give Him is our full undivided attention, our full undivided heart. He doesn't expect our hearts to be anywhere else. That's why the first 3 commandments out of the 10 commandments talk about how He's the only God. You can't have any other gods. You can't use His name in vain. And if you look at the Gemara in Masechet Megillah, the Gemara asks, who's a Yehudi? Who's a Jew? Who's a Jew? Why was Mordechai called Mordechai a Yehudi? Why was Mordechai called Mordechai a Yehudi? Why? Because his mom was Jewish? Why is Mordechai a Yehudi? Because if that's the case, then why was Batya, the daughter of Paro, also called Yehudiya? Her father wasn't Jewish. Her mother wasn't Jewish. Why was Kalev also called Yehudi? Both of his parents. So the key here is something here. What's the common denominator here? The Yehudi came from anyone that fights idolatry. Anyone that fights idolatry, you have the right to be a Jew. You're a Jew. Obviously, there's different halachot of being a Jew, but nonetheless, they got the coined name Jew. Like being a fighter for Yehuda. Yehuda is where we get the name Yehudi. And they fought against idolatry. Mordechai, we're going to learn in Megillat Esther, that Mordechai was fighting the idolatry of Haman. Haman had a statue on his neck all the time. So, Hashem despises idolatry. He despises things that take away our attention from Him. And this is why there are specific laws in the Torah where you are forbidden to give your heart to anything else but Hashem. When it says "Ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavecha b'chol nafshecha b'chol ma'odecha," you're obligated to love Hashem with all your heart, with your life, with your money, and so on. It's not like just a few nice words to say in the morning and you forgot about it for the rest of the day. Meaning Hashem is expecting our full undivided attention. Meaning that anything that takes your attention away from Hashem to such an extent that this is where your mind is occupied on all the time is considered potentially to be idolatry. So for example, the whole issue of how people spend their lives chasing money. When people chase money, either because they're day trading all day, or because they're investing in businesses, or because they're buying and selling cars, or because they're doing whatever, above and beyond the norm, above and beyond the normal for survival. Of course, people need to work, they need to make a living. But if your life is just comprised of work and chasing money, you have a serious problem. Why? Hashem says, you're so focused on money, when do you have time for me? This is also the issue with the whole wig situation, that with the Chabadniks and a lot of the other people that are so infatuated with the wigs. I mean, you see it. It's just forget about the fact that the wigs come from India, and when it's real hair and it has idolatry involved in it and all of that stuff. The fact that they're literally willing to die for these wigs, but they're not willing to die for Hashem for any other reason. For the wig, they'll die for. For the wig, they'll fight for. For the wig, they'll curse out people in public and this and that. But for Hashem, for other things, they're not willing to do it. That already shows that something's wrong with it. I mean, when a rabbi has a whole keilah full of mechalei Shabbat, he doesn't say a word. But yet, some other strange rabbi says you're not allowed to wear a wig because it comes from idolatry, and he's awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, hounding me to change my mind, to change my opinion, to do something else. Like, why don't you use the same energy on your own keilah to keep Shabbat? Why don't you use the same energy to teach your keilah the truth about Hashem? If you have the energy at 3 o'clock in the morning to yell at me and you don't even know me, why don't you use the same energy to do something else? This shows that the idolatry is not just something that's foreign, it's in a different place. It's also here. It's also, it affects our hearts. It affects our hearts. Let me know what you think, and and make sure to share it, because other people need to learn too.